Welcome
Welcome
to Shade in the
to
City.
Shade in the City.
I'm Trees,
It's Nels.
and today we're jumping right back into Ready to Love.
What? So I'm gonna do the robot.
We're ready. We're ready,
We're ready
to love. So
shout out to Lena for that one.
Right.
Robot.
So we are jumping right back into it. So please make sure that you hit that like button, that you guys are subscribed. We see it growing, guys. Thank you, Shade Squad. We love you. And let's get into it and let's get shady, because from what I heard, this episode is
crazy.
It's got a lot. It's got a lot. I ain't got nothing to tap.
I'm gonna use
my son's toy.
Why you ain't use your nails?
Oh, I got my nails done, y'all. I got my nails done. So we're back in the men's gentleman's lounge at the Prime Steak or wherever we are. It look good. We out here in Potomac. So nephew Tommy tells the men that he wants them to introduce the homies to their love interest. Donovan feels that this might be very interesting, as one of his friends has already been through this process
on the last season,
which we learn is Phil. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We about to go on some dates, and we about to see how it go. But it sounds like most of these people's friends are hood, so they're a little concerned.
Yeah, I think so. Tommy's reason for doing this is, he said, your friends can be a resource to let you know whether these women fit or don't fit in your life. I think Tommy don't realize that they don't got the same type of friends that he got. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see when we meet the friends, see how they help or not.
I'll let you get into this.
Paul is meeting up with his friend Chill Bill at Tony and Joe's in Georgetown, which is one of the places that we used to love to go. Right? We used to love that place. He is bringing Carmen and Zakia on this date for his friend Chill Bill to meet. And Zakia shows up first, and she says that, Paul is a man of mystery, which is an issue for her because she really didn't know nothing about him until as of recently.
Right.
So, but apparently she likes what she's getting to know, because here we go. We find out from his friends that his name wasn't just P.O., it was P.O.J., because it was P.O. Gigolo. And
they didn't realize Gigolo wasn't spelled with a J.
It's spelled with a G. Jesus Christ. But it's stuck. Apparently it's stuck. Okay. So the friend asks, what do you like about Paul? And she says, he's supportive and he's protecting. And, she's a boss chick. She's like, but when I come home, that's not what I want to be. And
I want to be submissive. I want to be somebody I want to feel protected. I want to feel like he's in charge. I get it.
Save all that shit for work.
Right.
And she also says she wants somebody she can bring to embassy parties and can bring to the cookout.
Right.
So
I like when she said that. And so did Ash. I mean, not Ash, Chill Bill. Sorry.
Chill. Moving too far ahead, Blue. Too far ahead.
I'm jumping.
Then Carmen shows up. And
the blue-eyed bandit.
The blue-eyed bandit. Well, we can't call her the blue-eyed bandit because we know they ain't real. Then she asking us, what is Zakia doing there? We don't know. But apparently y'all be after the same type of man. Apparently. Then Zakia.
We have something in common. I'm just saying.
Then Zakia with the shades talking about these blue contacts and how Clifton told her, look, that ain't what hitting for, boo. And she said, clearly she ain't get the memo, because here she go with these contacts in her head again. I said, well, God damn.
I will say that was the first time I ever seen Dakia take shots, and I was like, shots fired.
I wouldn't say she didn't have a bad reason though,
because Carmen's been coming at her
for the longest.
Yeah.
I feel like if Carmen wanted to do some contacts, I think she would look better with like a honey.
Yeah.
Like a light brown. It's just a blue look scary. So then, they talk about his name, P.O., and, Carmen is like, look, moving forward, he is going to be Paul. She over here cracking the whip, putting it down. She's like, no.
No. That's not, we'll never refer to him
we changing
as
that
little
boy immature shit. And, she asked Dakia, oh, so y'all haven't been on a date? Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's something to explore or not explore. I said, she is a shady little motherfucker. And clearly Dakia feels the tension. She's like, well, guys, I gotta go. It was nice meeting you. Toodles. Exactly. She's like, fuck this shit. And then, of course, she takes shots after Dakia leaves. Oh, you can leave that 0, get with this hero, and
you save the best for last. And
ma'am, stop it. Just stop. So she talks about how she's submissive around Paul. I guess in that way she is kind of like
maybe that's something he brings out of her.
Exactly. But I think that's like both of them. They're both kind of like bosses, as far as work goes, and then their man. Maybe that's what they're both attracted to from him, and he's attracted to with them. So, she says she has to go. And Paul lets us know that she is superficial a lot. But there is some substance there. And that Dakia is rock solid. So
solid as
a rock. That's what I was thinking of.
We're on Torre and Ash. I'm finally in the right.
No, you sure? You sure?
Yes. We're here. Tori has his group date, or what he plans to be a group date, with his homeboy Ash. He brings Ash because he feels like Ash is the bullshit detector and can basically pick up on the bullshit. So he lets him know that he's invited Sabrina and Ace. Sabrina shows up with a gift and gives Tori a candle, which I thought was very sweet. You burn it, sensual. I get it. It's meaningful, It burns slowly. It's like our love never dies unless you throw it out. You know what I mean? Depending on what type of candle it is.
Good thing Tori don't think like you.
You stupid. So, Tori, yeah, I can't with you. Now you messing up my notes. So no. So Ash asked about Sabrina's dating history, and we learned that Sabrina is only fresh out of her divorce. I think she said she had been single for like a year and a half or something like that.
Okay, maybe it's just me. That's not a long time.
Not to be like really seriously pursuing somebody, talking about you ready to love. No, probably not.
Well, I mean, the way she made it seem is like she's not ready to like get married or nothing, but like she's ready to get back out there. From what I understood, she doesn't want to date without purpose, right? Is what I thought.
Okay, right? Okay.
Is that she doesn't want to date without purpose. As a fellow Virgo, I can understand. Okay, and this is why she's on the show. She's not saying I'm here to like get married tomorrow, but if everybody I meet here is ready to love, and I'm also ready to love, we're both not dating without purpose. So why is it that she just got out of a fresh relationship and now she's not ready after a year and a half?
Come through. Okay.
I'm trying to understand.
I can appreciate Shade Squad. Drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think.
Please give me your perspective.
Let us know if you think it is too early for Sabrina to be dating this fresh out of a marriage. But I don't necessarily agree. I think it's always good to take time to yourself.
It's been a year and a half. A year and a half. That's 18 months. That's 18 months, right? That's a long, to me, that's a long time. You have gone without dating
let it go
for a year and a half since your, I bet you the ex-husband she got didn't wait a year and a half.
All right.
I'm seeing Sabrina. I've been seeing Sabrina since day one, so call me biased. Now I know she's a Virgo. Call me biased. I don't give a fuck, and I don't think a year and a half is too soon. But move
on. So basically, she says she's looking for a partner in crime. She says a little bit more than that. She finesses it, but basically she's looking for a partner in crime. Her ride or die,
that
she's not trying to die.
Loyal, won't give up on her, and experience life together. I guess that's her definition of her ride or die, I guess.
As long as you don't die. So and then we're waiting on Ace. We're like, where's Ace? What's she doing? Ash asked about her. And basically he calls Ace, which makes Sabrina feel awkward because you're up here calling the next woman when I'm here. I'm physically here. And let me tell you something about this Virgo. That wouldn't have went down.
You couldn't get up from the table though. You couldn't go outside.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
I know that like the other person is coming, but like, so like I'm not grabbing your attention enough. Like you're concerned about, I don't know. Look, take the shit outside, okay? Don't do this shit right in my face. That's how I feel. Be respectful.
Disrespectful. So Ace doesn't answer. And basically it just ends with Tori saying that he was hurt that Ace didn't show up, was a no call, no show to the date, like it was a job. She was a no call, no show. I'm a little disappointed in Ace myself, but we still love you, Ace. We still love you. But no,
I do have to say, I did think that was pretty disrespectful. No text, no, like it was literally like you get fired off of shit like that. No call, no show.
Yeah.
Like no text, no call, no like nothing. Say I can't come. Like it's disrespectful because you're disrespecting my time. It's unless something happened to you or whatever where you couldn't get to the phone or answer the phone or whatever. I feel like it's super disrespectful.
Well, there you have it. And otherwise, I think Ash tells him that obviously he didn't get to meet Ace. But Tori talks about how he feels like Sabrina giving him a gift and he feels like he's all in. And he makes decisions very quickly, where she takes a little bit longer and he's not sure how that's going to work.
Yeah, he said she's indecisive, but he also said he feels like the more he becomes distant, the more she pulls him back in. Which
these love games.
He said that part of it is genuine, but most of it is just to keep him around is how he feels. Demetrius meets up with his friend Ken. Because apparently this was, I'm gonna say was, because he's on the show for Ready to Love. So this was his wingman. Okay. And he invited Sabrina. I'm surprised he didn't also invite Tina. Yeah. I'm a little bit confused here. I thought, well, whatever. Maybe she'll be in the later on in the show,
Right.
Well, they talk about their strong connection and, he knows that she has other connections, but he want to see where he at. Right. And she lets Ken know that Demetrius is her top choice. And he tells her, yeah, you're my top choice too. But it wasn't like that a few weeks ago. But, who am I? Who am I? Basically, she says that she's looking for, I'm sorry. Ken asked, basically, what do you bring to the table as far as a relationship? Like, what type of woman are you going to be for him? She says, a genuine partner, someone he can count on. And she wants to know what type of girls would be good for him. And the friend says submissive. And boy, did
that opens up a can of worms
with Sabrina. Okay. Sabrina was like, quickly, well, I'm not submissive. And I was like, oh shit. Basically, she's like, I'm not submissive. I work for everything that I have. I don't ask nobody for shit. Like, that's just not
who I am. I have to have control over my life.
She's like, that word is foreign to me, basically. And Demetrius says in the confessional, I know this word, kind of hits a chord with some women. But he paused. I knew what the fuck what he was trying to say. I ain't gonna say it, but since he didn't. But I know what the fuck he was trying to say.
Right.
So he stopped himself from saying. She just says, she's independent. That's just not who she is. And they're both strong people. So she doesn't really know how that's going to work. And the friend just lets her know, basically, well, that's who he is. So that's how he is. He needs a submissive woman. Like, God damn. Well, basically, bitch, either be that or kick rocks.
Get a second. Clifton brings his homeboy Kenny. And Kenny meets with Joy and Zakia. Now, Clifton tells Kenny him and Joy have had a connection from the jump because Joy arrives first. Joy feels like their connection is so deep, she should be calling Kenny brother.
Brother Kenny.
Brother Kenny.
No, that's right. Claim it.
Go ahead.
I said, claim it.
You stupid. Joy said that he asked what she liked about him, like what drew them together. And basically Joy explains that he's been himself from the jump. He's been the same Clifton from the day they met at the mixer, and he is that same person now. He has no filter. He is who he is, which I do get from Clifton. I'll let you go into Zakia.
So Zakia comes in, introduces herself. She has a shell-shaped drink, I'm guessing it is. Apparently everybody says it's shaped like a vagina. And it kind of is, I guess. And she has a olive, I guess, in her drink or in her food or something. And they're talking about how he doesn't like olives. She's like, look, you made me taste something I don't like. So let me get up and feed you this olive. Now, I love that Joy was calm, cool, and collective because, she was just like, he's a big guy. He likes to be fed. Like, go ahead, child. Feed him.
Do what you do. I love that Joy is never shaken. Like, she's so secure.
Yeah. I don't think she would have felt the same way had she seen what he did when she left.
But when she left, right.
So be it. But, Zakia says that the reason why she likes Clifton is because he's a balance of fun and being intellectual, and serious. You can sit down and have a serious conversation with him, and he's a fun guy. So Joy leaves. She said she has to go. She lets us know that she doesn't believe that Zakia is intimidated by anyone. And but at least, she is more aware of her and Clifton's connection. Not that it really matters, because as soon as Joy leaves, Clifton says something to the effect of, now let me taste your vagina. We know that he's talking about her drink, but you clearly wouldn't say it at the table while Joy was there. I thought that was pretty fucked up. I did not like that. Basically,
and what it makes me question? Do you think Clifton's ready to love? After seeing that scene and seeing how he moved, it makes me wonder. Like, it gives me the vibe that, like, oh, you're the most respectful. You make your girl feel so secure while she's with you. But the minute she's not around, you're that guy that she was worried about.
But we were talking about the flags that I had before, right? We were talking about these that I mentioned before, though. I mean, so basically, and this gives Zakia the impression, as it should, that Joy is over heels for Clifton, but Clifton is
he's not sure.
He's still figuring it out, which she feels like, he's fair game, basically. And, so Zakiya leaves, he's talking with his friend Kenny, and he's like, Zakiya is a great person, but he does have a stronger connection with Joy. The friend lets him know that he believes that Joy is a better fit. And
because he feels he can be himself.
Exactly.
He's loud, he's boisterous, and Joy, he feels like Joy is not going to stifle him, where he feels like Zakiya is going to try to put a muzzle on him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he still wants to explore all his options. So I don't know. I just feel like you can do it in a respectful way, but that's just me.
That part.
Donovan's date.
Right.
He knows Phil, y'all. So he brought in Phil.
For his expertise.
Yes, because he's been here before. And this is a friend that he's known for what? He said 12 years?
12 years.
So this is a date with Sabrina and Tina. And Sabrina gets there and sees Tina walk in, and she's kind of shocked. Like,
she's like, I guess this connection was a little deeper than I thought.
Exactly, basically.
Because I keep seeing her.
Phil jumps right into it. He asked Tina, how many connections do you have? And she's kind of like, well, like kind of pussyfoot around the answer.
Yeah, I was going to say she's pussyfoot.
Yeah, she's just like, he's up there. He's up there. He's like, okay, well, is he top? She's like, do I have to answer that? So, then Sabrina, she's like, well, Donovan leapfrogged for me. Like he leapfrogged. She didn't say that he was top, but that's what it gave. Like he is numero uno. She also says that, she doesn't know if it's because they connect because they both from the West Coast, which I can understand because West Coast is a vibe.
People, yeah.
Are a vibe. And Donovan mentions to Tina, hey, you want to eat before they get too late? And she's like, oh, I already ate. I don't know what happened there, because then in the confessional, she's talking to production and she's like it's hard
going on 4 or 5 different dates in a week is a lot. She's starting to tire of the process, which I think we saw last season with even Sean season. But yeah, that's the thing. Trying to go on too many dates, entertain too many people, and trying to give yourself and learn about them. And I'm sure that shit is exhausting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Sabrina says that she wants kids. I believe she said she wanted 2, a boy and a girl, but definitely a boy. This apparently is not really a thing for Donovan because Donovan already has kids. Then he talks about Tina having a 2-year-old, which he wants to know how he fits into that equation, because we don't really know the dynamic with the baby daddy, and the baby's only 2, but basically, the ladies leave, and Sabrina basically tells us that something Phil said kind of struck a chord with her. He basically said he's been there with his highs and his lows, but now he's in a better space. And she felt like they connected on the fact that they were both married previously, but she gets the feeling that he's still finding himself, which I can understand that being an issue. But once the ladies leave, they discuss, the guys discuss the ladies, and, he says Sabrina's cool. He loves her energy. She's a vibe. And basically Tina, he doesn't know what's going on with her, but she was disengaged is how he felt. She really wasn't there. So apparently Sabrina for the win.
Right. By default. Okay. So we see Paul. Paul is meeting up and he's taking out Zakiya for a little date, a little one-on-one, because I guess they haven't had that many. And as Carmen said, maybe they need to go out. So Carmen, you said it. Right. You said it. You said it first. So
she put it out there.
Right. So Paul invites Zakiya out, and we learned that they're both pescatarian. They went to like a vegan restaurant.
She was like, are you vegan? Like, what are we doing here? And apparently they're both pescatarian.
Okay, got it. So Paul talks about Dakia asked him what he needs.
What he wants or
what he's
needs
looking for. And he said, well, let's change that. He said, there's what I need and what I want. He said, what I need is someone who complements my life. What I want is someone who's about your height, listens to my corny jokes, and we can get it cracking. So Paul just wants the best of both worlds, right? We also learn, she's like, tell me something about yourself that none of the other cast members know. And he talks about how he's an artist. And she's like, I didn't realize there was so much more to him. Because that's not what I will say that's not what Paul gives, or at least
that's not what he gives at all.
That's not what,
and you know what? Just like Dakia, it does kind of make you see him.
Right.
Different. She said it lets her know that he's not one-dimensional like she thought.
Right. So yeah, that was Paul and Dakia, and it seems like their connection might be deep.
So 2 points for Paul.
Right, 2 points. Then Tori meets up with Ace to discuss
after the no call, no show.
Right, after her no call, no show. So this is like you getting called into your office at work and you ain't no call, no show. You just waiting to get fired.
But you might want to quit before you get fired.
Right. So you might want to quit before you get fired. So he shows up. Ace shows up looking all good, as Tori says, looking like a snack. Okay. And so Ace says that she sees how, basically she explains, I didn't show up because I see how you look at Sabrina.
I like actually what she said. She said, because he said, I expected you to show up for the date. And she said, it's not a slight to the awesomeness that is Tori.
It's Tori. And she did say that.
It's you a pimp. Okay. That is a motherfucking pimp right there. She's smoother than motherfucker.
She's smooth.
Okay.
She cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Look. She's slicker than a can of oil.
Okay.
It is not a slight to the awesomeness that is Tori. How can you be mad after that? How you gonna stay mad after that? Shit, I wasn't mad for his ass. God damn. But yes, go ahead.
But no, so Ace says that she sees how Tori looks at Sabrina and basically feels like I also think that her and Sabrina may have a little bit of relationship as well. And it's like, girl, I'm not trying to, especially if I know I have no real intentions with this man. What am I showing up to this dinner for? This man really wants you. Why am I even in the running? Because I know that I'm not into him like that. He might be into me, but I'm not into him like that.
Well, even if it wasn't because of Sabrina, she is basically saying that
they're just going to be friends.
Who loves a woman should look at their woman the way he looks at Sabrina,
right.
And she doesn't want to send the wrong signal.
But she also said that she didn't want to give him the wrong signal because it wasn't going to move. Like she just saw him as a friend, like a really good friend.
And because her Laverne was her connection.
Right.
With that being said, I love everything that she said. I still think it's no excuse for no call, no show. That's just me.
Well, neither does your boss, but do you still get to keep your job or do you
no, and that's why and that is why motherfucking Ace chucked up the deuces. Okay. She said she was basically self-eliminating herself. She was leaving because her strongest connection was Laverne. Laverne was no longer there. And there's no one else there that she has a connection with. And I want to say, okay, Ace, ma'am, your confessional look is fucking immaculate. Like that looks like you should be on the reunion. That looks like a reunion look. I love it.
I can't wait to see how she comes to the reunion.
That's the way it goes around the neck, and I love it. Paul showed up with an iron shirt, y'all.
Thank God.
Apparently, Tommy was getting on his ass because the shit was not ironed.
You was wrinkled, bro. You didn't even throw it in the dryer.
He made sure that shit was pressed to a T this time, okay? This is in the gentleman's lounge because I did not say that. So we in the gentleman's lounge where the men are deliberating. And Donovan talks about his date with Sabrina and Tina, and lets him know Phil was there. He lets Tommy know Phil was. He was like, "What? Phil? He still was Sydney? He's like, I'm winning. It was short lived, homie. It was short lived. But we ain't gonna get into that. This ain't their show, okay? So right. Then Demetrius says that he had a date with Sabrina, and his friend Ken felt like she was the perfect fit. But I mean, there was nobody else. So there was nobody else. It was just Sabrina. But Tracy, and Clifton, he talks about how he was on a date with Joy and with Zakiya. Apparently, he said he was super comfortable, and his friend picked Joy, but he feels like he can have a romantic connection.
He said that wasn't, and I love that he said that. Basically, he said that's not a reflection of Zakiya. Like, it's just his strongest connection is with Joy. Mm-hmm. But Zakiya is still.
Yeah, he said I can't say anything bad about her, and I can see myself having a romantic connection with both. So then Paul, his friend told him that if Paul wants a woman, to pick Zakiya, but if POJ wants a woman, to pick Carmen. Tommy tells him, you find somebody that can handle both.
That can do both.
Tell him, nephew Tommy.
Okay.
And then Tori talks about Sabrina. Talks about, he has a connection, sort of, kind of, with Sabrina, but he feels like he's a compliment, not a requirement, which I'm sure is a fucked up way to feel. He also lets Tommy know that Ace was a no-show to the date, and they finally met up because she was not texting, not calling him, nothing. That she did show up for the date, and she let him know she was assessing her journey, and she decided to dismiss herself from the journey. So
apparently she didn't tell production she was dismissed.
Apparently not, because nephew Tommy was in the dark as well. He was like, look, if somebody do this, can y'all please call me and let me know? I'm like, damn, this is how we just
look. Ace said, I'm protecting my peace. Literally, I'm leaving.
Look, more important than that contract. So then the guys get on who they're not feeling. Okay, and Tori says that he wants to get to know Carmen because he has no connections right now.
Right.
And Carmen, I think her connections are kind of shaky, but he wants to get to know Carmen. Donovan speaks up on her behalf. Oh, she's solid. She's real. Da, 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 da.
She knows what she wants.
But you don't want her. But okay, it is what it is. Demetrius basically says Zakiya. They don't have anything, Paul tells him, look, sorry, brother, but I'm interested in Zakiya. We just went on our first date. And then, Clifton says, well, good luck with that. But I was like, okay, Paul out here speaking up for his potential. He like, we ain't sending Zakiya home because I feel something. I don't know what it is yet. This is brand new, but don't let that name come out your mouth on me. I was like, look, he let that New York come out for a second, okay?
I wish he would have let that come out for Precious. I'm just saying, she saved him, but they ain't, that's neither here nor there. That was a couple.
That doesn't mean the feeling is mutual. He's expressed that. So then Donovan basically says, I'm sorry. Tori says, Tina, he's good with Tina, not going home. And
you mean
Clifton says home. Sabrina, because he has no connection with Sabrina. And then Donovan says, well, Joy, because they ain't been on no date. I said, if this ain't some tick for tack, petty motherfucking shit, the fuck? He like, you pick my girl, bitch, I'm gonna pick your girl. The fuck?
Men acting out here acting like the women.
Right? Fucking petty asses. So then, Tommy's like, it sounds like I need more time. That's what I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all more time. Nobody's going home. Nobody's getting eliminated. And it's probably because Ace self-eliminated and they weren't expecting that. So he lets them know, but I'm still throwing a monkey wrench in your shit. Y'all are going on a weekend getaway, which to me does not sound like a monkey wrench. That sounds like some fly shit. That sounds like some shit you want to do, right? So they are going to spend 2 days together, which Tommy says it's easy to put on the front for 1 day, but not for 2. So, Demetrius is hopeful. He's like, maybe once people leave, there's more clarification on where they want to be and, who they want to be with after this weekend trip. And I feel like that would be the point of the trip. So we will see.
We shall see. Thank you.
It's late and I don't know why I have so much energy right now.
Right, because it's late. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please make sure you hit that like button before you hop out.
You hit the subscribe button because it's super important.
You make sure that you comment.
And you hit the notification bell.
Right. And please make sure that you're following us on all of our social media platforms.
So you can continue to see more and more and more of us.
Right. And y'all, it's going to get crazy next week. Mike Reddy, you was right. Joy asserts herself and shows everybody who's boss. You better stop playing with me.
Mike, I was also right about Clifton. We could talk about it. Let's argue.
Ooh. All right, guys. But we love you. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Mwah.
Mwah.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!